So following my video yesterday, there were a lot of comments. I saw people not really getting my point, thinking that if you ignore it or if you do something else, then the problem goes away. Now, I thought I'd do a follow-up video about this First Civ and Nightmare Pack thing, because I want as many people to understand the issue here as remotely possible. I want as many people to get what I'm trying to say, what James is trying to say, what George is trying to say, what Brett UB Central is trying to say. I want to basically respond to the community's response to this thing. So I'll be taking comments from mostly my own comment section, but I might dip into other places because there are some things that I can break down from other places where I'm going to try to express my points there. But I feel as if I need as many people to understand what I'm saying as possible. So yeah, now that everybody knows what's going on, let's get into this responding to people thing. God help me. So here we are, basically, we're on my comment section for my first Civilization pack rant. What we need to do here is we need to go through the comments that aren't quite getting it, and then I'll explain where the comment's missing the mark. So here we have somebody who says, I hear you and don't care. Okay, bye. Someone here says, maybe the stats and abilities of the gear make up for it, hopefully, maybe, lol. Well, I'm imagining this is mostly a joke, but at the same time, nothing can make up for overpricing a gear pack that is not worth that money in the first place. Nothing would make it worth that money, even if it could kill everything with one hit. Someone commenting here, the Isu outfit's perfect. That's probably why they didn't include an outfit. No, the reason, that's sort of why they decided not to do an outfit, because they didn't want the Isu outfit to be conflicted by like a first Civilization outfit and everybody being confused, and they wanted it to match it, but they took that out of that pack and made that pack less valuable by putting it in the base game, and then the rest of the stuff is in a gear pack. The gear pack shouldn't exist, that should all be in the base game too. The piece of it's already in the game, technically speaking, so you're paying the money for the rest of it, but because the piece of it's already in the game, that makes the bit that you're paying money for less valuable. It's not worth £8. It's probably not even worth 4. So I don't understand what point is here of defending it not having an outfit by going, right, okay, the Isu outfit's already in the game, so it doesn't need an outfit. You're paying for the pack, but the outfit's already in the game. You're not going to be paying for things that are already in the game, are you? You don't buy things you already have. So what I'm trying to say here is there's really no water here. Like, there's no water holding by using the Isu outfit to try to make the pack more valuable by saying that the Isu outfit is the outfit that goes with it, and that's part of the pack but already in the game, so you're just buying everything else. It doesn't give the pack any more value. It's still not worth £8. So then we have this. So if you look at the weapons there, 250 points a weapon or shield, 250 sword, 250 club, 250 bow, 250 shield, 500 mount. Width is 1,000, but I don't even understand what it's trying to say. Width is 1,000 points. If you add all that together, that's quite clearly 1,500. I'm not sure what's going on. So if they added an outfit at 500 points separately, that is 1,500 points. Well, it's more like 2,000 if you include all of that stuff, but that's buying it individually. Obviously, if you were to sell it as a pack, it would be at a reduced price from buying everything individually. That's how things work. But then there are people going out of their way to say that you're saving money by buying the pack because it costs more if you buy everything individually. Of course it fucking does, but you're not saving money, you're still wasting it, aren't you? Now, I don't think this guy is trying to get at anything like you're saving money, but I felt as if this was a perfect place to segue into that point that people have been bringing up. Oh, so you're saving money? You're not saving money, you're still wasting it. 1,000 Helix points is £8. That's no gear pack, regardless of how much the stuff is on its own, is worth that much. Then there's this one here from this guy, Mr. Superhuman. I hate microtransactions as much as anyone in the world, but we have to get over it because not many companies will take away microtransactions because it's cash cow. Well, you see what's going on here? Yes, of course, they can have their microtransactions in their games if they want. It's when they start to overprice them and start to exploit the machine a little bit, that's when things get annoying, and that's what's happened here. So what he's saying here is get over it, essentially. Now, we could do that, and then they'd charge more and more and more, and eventually they'll be charging stupid prices for DLCs and things like that, like major expansions, bigger expansions. They might charge more for it, and all of a sudden that's going to be a bigger issue, so it's good to stamp on it now as opposed to stamping on it later. I think that just get over it really doesn't fix the situation. Then there's this follow-up that he continues with. I won't cut him off. More people are paying for that shit than people are complaining about it. We won't win, and that is the way of the world. We won't win because of people like you. Seriously, if you're willing to lay down and get fucked in the arse by the corporate bullshit that Ubisoft is pulling, then be my guest, but I'm going to try my best to make sure that this issue is known to as many people as possible, so as many people understand what the problem is. Then we have this comment here, which I think, yeah. Oh god, this is another one of those silly ones that argues that you're saving money a little bit. Let's be honest, it looks really nice. I don't think it does, to be honest. Plus, they took down 500 Helix because you get the outfit in the game, not because they thought it would be expensive. And yes, $10 is a little bit too much, even if it was for a pack with the outfit. $5 would be fair, but then again, it's optional. If you like something, you buy it. Not everyone is going to buy everything they see. I bought the outfit from the Nightmare set because I find it very lore-friendly and badass, but didn't buy the entire set because even though the horse looks really cool, I still didn't feel the need to get it. So maybe players can buy these items of this set separately depending on what they like. Now, of course, that would still sort of put money into the sets, wouldn't it? That would go. The only way we're going to cause like any change here is if everybody were to just stop buying these particular packs or anything in them. That would probably fix it a lot quicker because Ubisoft would realise that their tactic isn't working, their ploy isn't working. Now, he does make the point that $10 is a little bit too expensive for something so little as this, for which, hats off. What he doesn't quite get is that what he says is if you like something, you buy it, and essentially, if you don't. Now, it's not about the fact that we like it or the fact that we don't, because I couldn't care less about this pack on its own. Like, if it didn't cost very much, if it was a reasonable price, I wouldn't have said anything. I probably wouldn't have bought it anyway. The issue here is Ubisoft is pushing their luck by waving their corporate dick around to see how much money they can get. And if we allow these practices, they'll start doing it again and again and again and again. And before you know it, they'll be charging like £30–40 for their major expansions. They'll be charging as much as they charge for games and things like that in a hypothetical reality. And that's not something that I particularly want to see. So I'm kicking up as soon as I possibly can so that, you know, the point's made and then everybody understands, or as many people understand as possible. So I feel as if it's important to make a point here and express what I'm trying to do, which is I'm not trying to cause like a hate parade or whatever. All I'm trying to do here is make the point that this overpricing bullshit is that bullshit. And the more people who get that, the better it is. So that's why I express this so much. But yeah, I do understand that if you don't want to buy the outfit, then don't. That is fine, yeah, of course. But it's not about whether or not you want to buy it. It's about the fact that Ubisoft will charge more if we don't stamp on it, you know? If we don't say that that's an issue, them charging ridiculous prices for little to nothing. Then there's this guy who says underneath him, I'm buying it. I mean, I know you probably don't think you're doing any damage by buying it, and it is your choice, your right to buy it if you want to. I can't dictate your financial decisions, as I said in my rant, but obviously, if you do buy it, you're putting money into that, and as a result, that'll look more collectively when Ubisoft look on it as more of a success if they get more sales on it. So we need to limit that as much as possible in order for them to see that they're overpricing these things and people are starting to see it. The shame here is Ubisoft knows that a lot of people are ridiculously gullible and they'll buy anything as long as they pump it out. Those are the kinds of people that render us ineffective when we try to, in this case, boycott this mini expansion because it's overpriced. So if you buy it, I'm not going to guilt trip you. It's your right to do things, but it does sort of affect the fact that if we were to all band together as a community, you know, stand sort of firmly away from these packs, Ubisoft might bring those prices down, and they might, you know, take a while to get cocky again. In that time, prices should be fairly low, so it should be all good. Then there's this guy underneath. They have an outfit. It's under the Sphinx. That is not a part of the pack because the pack does not include the outfit. The outfit is part of the base game. So buying that pack does not mean you bought the outfit. So that 1,000 Helix credits does not include the outfit. The outfit is therefore not a part of the pack. So here we have Sean Wilson, right? Okay. Oh, God, I've seen this one. This pack contains 1,500 Helix credits worth of content for 1,000 Helix credits. They are already selling it at a loss. Just like the Nightmare Pack, you are saving money. Stop complaining about the prices. The pack contains 1,500 Helix credits worth of content for 1,000 Helix credits. Okay, so the content that it amounts to 1,500 Helix credits when you buy it individually is not worth 1,500 Helix credits because that's £12. It's not worth £12 in real money. I can't justify spending that much on that little. For 1,000 Helix credits, it's not even fucking worth that, so, you know, that's another problem. They are already selling it at a loss. They are not at a loss. They are pushing their luck as much as possible. If anything, they're still making a little bit by pushing up the prices. The prices are pushed up from what they should be. They're not at a loss. And also, come on, listen here. It's Ubisoft. I don't think they'd really lose any money from having decently priced things. In fact, they'd probably get more because more people would buy it because it's justified as more affordable. Now, I'm not saying that people can't afford £10 worth of things, because most people can, and if you can't, I don't think the gaming industry is really your problem right now. What I'm trying to say here is people can't justify spending that much for that little, and that'll harm Ubisoft's sales more than it'll benefit them. I'm assuming that this guy's trying to say here, I couldn't care less about the items, I need more story missions. To be fair, I couldn't care less about the items either. It's what charging ridiculous prices for them represents. It represents a massive stick up the arse. It's Ubisoft literally flipping at us and insulting us by thinking that we're all stupid enough to spend stupid amounts of money on stupidly small amounts of things. So that's what it's about. And at the same time, this was promised in the Season Pass, and then they pulled it out and they're charging loads for it. Here we go again. Mate, the outfit for this pack is the Isu armor. Fuck! That is not a part of the pack. Just buy the gear individually. It's 250 for a sword, shield, bow and steed. Outfit 500. So why are we taking a shit on money towards Creed? Well, I'm gonna forgive that you just said towards Creed, because that made me internally die. Do you see the issue here is that money won't go anywhere near Assassin's Creed. Once Ubisoft has it, it won't go anywhere near Assassin's Creed. That money, at least. Because Ubisoft are quite a big company, and I know they do pull in quite a bit of money. It's not my... I don't know what the specifics are, but I know that if they wanted to make another Assassin's Creed game, they could afford it before they even released Origin. So I don't think that that money is going to go anywhere near Assassin's Creed again. So that's a really naive thought. Here we have this Havoc Stormfall guy. He says, at least it's just cosmetics. To be fair, you have a point. It would be a lot worse if it was something a bit more important. They could have taken a part of the game and they could have put it behind this stupid paywall. Or they could have had a major DLC and charged loads and loads for it. But at the same time, I understand what you're trying to say. It's a good thing that it's only cosmetics that are being hit by this. But if they wanted to charge loads for these major expansions, if we let them get cocky, they actually might. Here's another guy saying, simple, don't buy them. People like this need to be shot. They don't understand. If everybody were to not buy it, then that would fix the problem, alright? Because then Ubisoft would be like, oh shit, nobody's buying it. Bring the price down. You know, fair game. But the thing here is, what he's trying to say basically is if you've got a problem, don't buy it. Which to me makes me think, that doesn't fix anything. The rant was justified because the price was ridiculous and it was literally a smack to the face from Ubisoft. And also, this is content promised in the Season Pass that's been removed from the Season Pass and charged yonkels for. So what I'm trying to say here is not buying it doesn't change the fact that they promised all outfit packs in the Season Pass and then they changed it at around launch, and now all of a sudden it doesn't, and that to me is a bit scummy, innit? Then we have another person who says the exact same. It's not a bigger problem as you're making it out to be. If you want to get it, get it. If you don't, do not. That doesn't fix the issue. It doesn't really change anything. That's just saying, oh, ignore the problem and it will go away. If we ignore it and let people, or let as many people ignorantly go ahead and buy this stuff, Ubisoft will think it's okay. They'll get cockier and cockier, and they'll be charging more and more for less and less. And sometimes people might actually care about those things that are overpriced. And everybody's like, oh, why did they do this? Oh, I've lost respect for Ubisoft. You could have jumped on this bandwagon months ago, and you just didn't. And then we have this guy. I don't give too much of a shit. If you actually want to buy it, buy it. Ubisoft got to get them dollars. I'm pretty sure someone with the name Masculist Frequency is a troll. But the point people would actually make, Ubisoft has to make money. Yeah, they do. They do have to make money. But surely they would try to work harder for that money. And they would make more stuff for more money. But no, charge as much as you can for as little as you can, and you're buzzing. I'm basically making the same point over and over again, because most people here don't seem to get that it's not as simple as don't buy it. It's 500 Helix credits less. I'm assuming he means the first Civilization pack is 500 Helix credits less than the Nightmare pack. That doesn't make it anywhere near worth what it is, though. I don't think that was what he was trying to get at. I think he was just stating that it's 500 Helix credits less, but it's still not worth 1,000 Helix credits or £8. That's my response there. This comment will get into the car. Okay, that's irrelevant, no. And there we have it. That's that comment section killed. So, Turrell tweeted these, and I think they're probably worth responding to. What he tweeted was, I'm going to read both of them, and then we're going to get into what they're saying. So, what they're saying is, I don't think they expect anyone to buy all the DLC. It's like walking into a restaurant and complaining that everything on the menu added up to such amount. Just buy what you need to make you happy. It's like you've gone out and picked a Big Mac meal from the menu at McDonald's, and you're mad that it doesn't include a family bucket of KFC chicken. You were never promised the KFC chicken. You knew that when you bought it, you still feel entitled to it. Right, okay. The analogy here doesn't actually apply. We bought the game, some of us bought the season pass. And this isn't fucking food. You don't choose what you eat and then pay for it. You bought the game, then you bought the season pass. The season pass is supposed to assure all the DLC. The game is the game. It doesn't really make sense when you try to equate it to a restaurant, because it's nothing like the sort. It's a different practice entirely. You have bought the thing that should assure all DLC and the base game. So basically, you should have all content. It's not about feeling entitled to it, or feeling entitled to a KFC bucket of chicken or whatever from McDonald's. It's not anything to do with that. That's ridiculous. So yeah, the analogy there is completely inapplicable. Okay, so now we're on to the Season Pass rant video. We're going to respond to some community things there, because it's basically the same issue. That we have this guy here, he says, I'll be honest, I got the packs. Was it expensive? Maybe a little, but I got a job and it's what I wanted to get. Fair enough, that is your money, that's your choice. I'm not a genius, but I'm not an idiot. Either way, I still like your videos. I get that you bought the pack out of your own money. That's your choice. It doesn't help Ubisoft see that they're fucking up when you do that. That's why I feel as if the best way to get Ubisoft to know is to not buy these things. Like, there's nothing against, buying Origins, buy Origins and things like that, but I don't think buying these two packs, it just won't help. Okay, then we have this. The packs are like Wildlands, not in the Season Pass, it's a bitch. But the Season Pass would be more expensive if all packs were included. Now you see, if they included all packs in the Season Pass and then didn't charge any extra for it, more people would be able to justify buying the Season Pass, and as a result more people would buy the Season Pass and Ubisoft would probably make more money. I feel as if the Season Pass wouldn't have to be more expensive if all packs were included, because Ubisoft would probably see that if they included them, the Season Pass would be more valuable. This is not anything to respond to, but my dad commented they are charging 12 quid for a horse that's on fire. Literally, they are flogging a dead horse. So yeah, a lot of people seem to get it. For example, here's Evers Humour. He says, vote with your wallet. That's essentially what we have to do at this point. Okay, so I suppose it's time that we got onto the comments in the Nightmare Pack rant. Here's somebody saying, you can buy each piece individually, right, as if that would fix the issue. If you bought everything in the Nightmare Pack individually, it would cost 1,750 Helix credits. Why is that so outrageous? They could have just pieced it out and not letting you save 250 Helix or charged face value, which would have been even more ridiculous. But I agree, microtransactions are the root of evil in gaming universe. Lamau, it should be all free or much cheaper. I mean, it shouldn't necessarily be free. Free for Season Pass users, sure, because they've bought the Season Pass, but it should definitely be at a reasonable price. And also, the stuff being 1,750 Helix credits on their own doesn't mean that 1,500 Helix credits isn't unreasonable. Like I said before, I don't think that stuff should be worth 1,750 Helix credits in the first place, and I definitely don't think that the pack is worth 1,500. We're talking about the Nightmare Pack now. That all needs to be brought down. They're not at a loss, they're still charging ridiculous amounts. It is outrageous, because who the fuck is going to pay £8 to £12 for hardly anything? Gullible people. Nobody else. I answered my own question. Gullible people would buy it. Still got the Season Pass, and I'm satisfied, so I don't really give a fuck. I'm not saying that the Season Pass content is bad, because what we've got so far is a Centurion pack. They got a couple packs and some stuff, basically. That's what we've got so far. 2 major expansions will definitely be a part of the Season Pass. We know that. If they didn't do that, then I think people would actually be throwing the pitchforks in the air. But the Season Pass could still be more valuable had this stuff been included. After all, you can get it through the Hacker Shop, Those people, use your head. I think the chances of getting it in the through hacker chests, this gear is like 0 point something. It's really, really low. It's really low chance. So, I mean, if you want this stuff, you've either got to pay stupid money for it, or grind your arse off in the game to get loads and loads of money in-game, and then waste loads of time just going through hacker chests. Doesn't fix the issue, and at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that Ubisoft are waving their middle fingers at us by charging that much in the first place. So yeah, I think we've basically expired any points, the most popular points that people have brought up. I don't think there's anything else really to bring up. Hopefully in responding to the more popular things that the community's been saying, I've helped clear up some of the misunderstandings in the community, and hopefully more people understand why this is such a big issue. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think. As always, I'd like to know what you think about this in the comments. And I'll see you all very soon with another video at some point.